on, oh bear!
Okay. So it's June 1981, and I'm an angry, laser-focused 16-year-old standing deep in the forest. And as I pull back on the bowstring, my anger pours into that arrow. Finally, I release, sending it straight between his eyes. 1 year earlier, almost to the day, I'm a gangly 15-year-old stepping off the van at summer camp for a teen leadership program. And for me, summer camp is freedom. Freedom from parents, freedom of the mountains, freedom to invent and reinvent myself. But then I see her, Deanna. She's a 14-year-old blonde bombshell with feathered hair, bell bottoms, and lip gloss. So much lip gloss. And she has my number. I become incapacitated with my infatuation. I can barely remember my name. I forget how to formulate sentences. It's a wonder I can feed myself. But amazingly, she sees something in me, and we start a summer romance. And I'm not one to kiss and tell, and let me be clear that it's generally age appropriate for a 14 and a 15-year-old. But as far as I'm concerned, this is 50 Shades of Summer Camp. And I am in love. I'm feeling all of the feels. I've never been seen like she sees me. But as happens with summer romances and summers, it comes to an end. And what's worse, we live about 30 minutes apart and don't drive. So this is going to be a nightmare long distance over the phone. I can't do this. I've got the emotional intelligence of a 2x4 and the communication skills of a chipmunk. I'm 15 years old, for God's sake. But I just know that if we can make it to next June, that will rekindle this thing. And, she gives me some indication that that's going to happen. And I'm able to get some rides and go visit her, and I get her a birthday card, had a tiger on it because she loves tigers. So we're getting close to June, and for some reason, I have to go up a couple of days late after everybody has started leadership training. And so I get off the van, and I've got this gift for her, and within 2 nanoseconds, I discovered that she's hooked up with Jim. And I am crushed, I am heartbroken, I am demoralized. Now, sure, Jim is the rock climbing instructor, and I'm a junior counselor. Sure, Jim drives a pickup truck, and I ride a shitty 10-speed. Sure, he is bronze and toned and shirtless 98% of the time, and I've got a farmer tan. But screw that guy. I take her gift and I march straight out into the forest to the archery range, and I take her gift and I tack it up onto the hay bale targets, and I turn around, take 20 steps, and I send an arrow right between the eyes of the tiger on the life-size tiger poster that I had gotten her. And then I shoot 20 more arrows into it, and I leave it to die for everyone to see. And I go on and I salvage my time at summer camp, but I don't say another word to her for the entire summer. In fact, I don't say another word to her for the next 43 years. Now, over that 43 years, I go on and I have a great life. I meet my wife, and I have 2 lovely daughters and a job I love. I'm a very lucky guy. But because I become best friends with Martin, one of her cousins, I would occasionally get these updates about Deanna. And each time, that heartbroken 16-year-old deep inside of me feels that pain for just a split second. Well, this recent June, Martin's mom passed away. She was a woman close to me. And of course, it's sad for everyone involved. It's heartbreaking. But for me, it's this opportunity to reconnect with and to mourn with people, many of whom I haven't seen for years. So at the reception following the memorial service, I see her across the room, Deanna. And it's a gut punch for just a split second. I'm trying to see if she has lip gloss. I can't tell. And then I go up to her and we start talking, and we get along famously. We talk about our spouses and our families and our jobs and our lives. We basically catch up on the last 43 years. And she is a gem of a person. It's great. Well, I pretty much got to get going. I got a long drive ahead of me, so I make one more round and I say my last goodbyes and last condolences, and I'm headed for the door. And just as I'm about to leave, I hear my name. And I turn around and I see Deanna stepping toward me, motioning me toward her. And I lean in, and she leans closer, and she pulls me in, and she whispers, "You deserved better." And I am floored. And I say something like, "Well, thank you for saying that." And I turn around and I walk out. So on the drive home, alone with my thoughts, I think about that heartbroken 16-year-old and his pain, and it's no longer there. Suddenly, everything's brand new. And I realize that after 43 years, she let go of her baggage so that I could let go of mine. Thank you.
John O'Bear, everybody. All right, and our next story.